In this video, we will go over modeling division of fractions by whole numbers. Let's take a look at a problem like this. 2/3 divided by 4. Since we have less than 1, we have 2/3, we're going to represent this with a box. Let's say it's a brownie pan, and we have 2/3 left over. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to look at my denominator, and I notice that my denominator is a 3, and therefore I'm going to make 3 columns. Then I'm going to look at my numerator, and it's 2, and I'm going to shade in 2 of those 3 columns. This red represents what I have. I have 2/3 of a brownie pan. Then I decide I'm going to share what I have with 4 people. I'm going to divide it. So my whole number is going to tell me how many rows I'm going to make. So therefore, I'm going to make 4 rows. 1, 2, 3, 4. I'm then going to look at how many pieces are in each row. I have 2 pieces out of a total of how many in this original box, and that would make it 12. If I simplify, I have 1/6. So therefore, 2/3 divided by 4 is 1/6. Let's take a look at another problem. 3/5 divided by 3. Once again, 3/5 is less than 1 whole. So therefore, I'm going to first represent my whole with a box. And I'm going to look at my denominator, and my denominator is 5. So I'm going to break this up into fifths. And then 3 of those columns are going to be shaded in. And this represents what I have. The yellow is 3/5 of my whole. I then am going to divide it among 3 people. My whole number is going to tell me how many rows I'm going to make. So I'm going to make 3 rows. 1, 2, 3. The amount that's in 1 row is 3 pieces, and those pieces are 15ths in size. I have 15 total boxes in here, which equals, if I simplify it, 1/5. So 3/5 divided by 3 would be 1/5. So if we want to list it step by step, the first thing I would do is draw the denominator amount of columns. Then, step 2, shade the numerator amount of columns. Step 3, make the whole number amount of rows. And step 4, count the amount of shaded boxes in one row and place it over the total amount of boxes. So let's translate again that into a picture. If I have 1/5 divided by 4. So step 1, first I'm going to make a box and follow my steps now. Step 1, draw the denominator amount of columns. Well, my denominator is 5, so I'm going to draw 5 columns. Okay. Step 2, shade the numerator amount of columns. My numerator is 1, so therefore I'm going to shade 1 column. Step 3 says to make the whole number amount of rows. My whole number is 4, so therefore I'm going to make 4 rows. 1, 2, 3, 4. Step 4, count the amount of shaded boxes in 1 row. I have 1 shaded box over a possible 20 boxes. I have 5 rows of 4, so that's where I get 20. So 1/5 divided by 4 is 1/20. 1/20. Let's apply it with this problem. Maria has 3/4 pounds of trail mix. She needs to share it equally among 6 friends. How much will each friend be given? Well, I'm going to represent this as what I have. I have 3/4, and I'm going to divide it equally among 6 friends. So to visually show this, I'm going to represent this as a whole pound, and I have 3/4. So I'm going to divide it into fourths, or my denominator amount of columns, which is 4, and I have 3 of these fourths. My numerator, I'm going to shade in my numerator amount, which is 3. So I have 3 columns shaded in, which represents 3/4. This is what I have. Then I'm going to divide this among 6 of my friends. So I'm going to make 6 rows, which is my whole number. So I'm now dividing it into sixths. And what will each friend get? Well, I'm going to take this one row, and there's 3 pieces in the row out of a total of 24 identical pieces, which also is 1/8. So 3/4 divided by 6 is going to be 1/8. Each friend will get 1/8 of a pound.